Hi there folks, my name's Novawing24 and welcome to a review of a very different simulation title. So this is Radio Commander, so this is definitely not my sort of usual flight sim. But as a side note, I've always been I've always loved and very much enjoyed strategy games, and every now and again they sort of randomly get featured here on my channel. So I love them. I suck at them, but I love them. I just really enjoy those, particularly when they've got a story. But Radio Commander is an interesting little indie title coming to us from Pineapple Studios and Playway. That actually sort of bridges that gap between strategy game and simulation. Now, so before we get too far into this review, I do want to say thank you very much to the team over at Playway for providing me with a review copy of this title. Thank you very much, guys. And because I've been watching this from a distance because it intrigued me, the idea of it. Because basically it essentially takes an idea of, because in a traditional strategy game you've got this sort of god eye view of your troops, and you can order them, you can micromanage them. It's very much the StarCraft sort of thing. You micro and you get actions per minute, all that kind of stuff. This is where the simulator side of this title comes into it, is the fact that this doesn't have that as a strategy game. You have to rely 100% on the listening to the radio and the radio calls that are coming in from your forces around the operational theatre. So it's going to be very interesting like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick look here. We're going to have a look at a campaign mission, and then we're going to have a look at a quick battle custom mission here, just to show a couple things off here. So first of all, the atmosphere of this is really, really good. So basically, this is set during the Vietnam War. So you're the sort of like the backstory is that you are an American military commander back at a military base somewhere in Vietnam, and one of the things straight away that I really love about this is the immersion, so that you may be able to hear it, sort of a bit of radio chattering in the background, is that you actually hear actual radio broadcasts that actually were broadcasted during the period that this is set, and that's a really cool little attention to detail. Like, it's just awesome. So yeah, anyway, alright, so let's probably jump straight into it with a campaign mission, I think. So let's jump into that one. So first one is our Hearts and Minds campaign, which basically you can change your difficulty level, difficulty preset. So we're going to go with the default one, sort of middle of the road, the commander mode. We're going to go with that one. But one thing that I want to stress is that apparently all of this these units and everything are persistent, which is going to be very interesting as we play through the campaign. So let's get started with our first campaign of Hearts and Minds. So we've got our things. So the first one, June 1965, somewhere near Bien Hoa. Alpha and Bravo platoons of the 503rd, 173rd Airborne Brigade are sent on a patrolling mission to the countryside. Your primary objective is to win the hearts and minds of the South Vietnamese people, talk to the locals, show them that the US and South Vietnamese governments are looking after them and are eager to defend them from the Viet Cong. Secondary objective, investigate any Viet Cong activity that you hear of. Okay, alright, so let's give this one a go. So, like in a lot of games these days, sort of the loading screen includes a bit of tips, stuff like that. And this one's actually very pertinent. Actually, you don't turn the radio off because the battle doesn't stop just because you're not listening, which is a very interesting point. All right, let's press our keys.
Sky soldiers, welcome to Vietnam. Serving in the 173rd Airborne Brigade means living under a heavy burden. But here's your chance to take on the legacy of freedom-fighting heroes from your unit's past. After the Gulf of Tonkin incident, it has become clear that it is here, in Southeast Asia, where the front line in the war on communism has been drawn. As President Johnson once said, we do not choose to be the guardians at the gate, but there is no one else. The communist offensive in South Vietnam must be stopped, or after the fall of Vietnam, other countries will fall, just like pieces of domino. America remembers the lesson from Munich and will never step down to the dictatorship. You will be fighting with a sinister enemy, leading its so-called war of liberation. But be sure that Viet Cong has nothing to do with liberty. It is all about enslaving the freedom-loving people of South Vietnam and subordinating them to North Vietnamese communists and their masters from Red China. We are superior in weaponry and training. Our cause is just. This will be a very short war. You will be celebrating Christmas back on Okinawa, I guarantee.
So much for those guarantees. Alright, so we are here in the airbase. So first off, let's use the shortcut here. Turn the radio on. Right, so we got you get a few sort of tips to come through here as well. Alright, so we can click on our map here. Also, just gonna, it's actually really cool the fact you've got this sort of like living world around you as well. Like, that's really kind of cool. Anyway, alright, okay. Tell me to that. Okay, let's go into that. Alright, so you sort of move around the map. That's fine. Zoom in. Alright, okay. So you get a little clock here, so probably first thing what we'll do is, oh, here we go.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Papa Bear. We have a beautiful day ahead of us, with air humidity at 95% and 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Our task today is simple. We want to win the hearts and minds of the South Vietnamese people. Alpha Squad is visiting a nearby village, making friends and chatting about Viet Cong activity. Bravo Squad is laying on the hill, awaiting further instructions. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha, 36 man, reporting for duty, out.
Alright, so we're gonna... The village is here, so we've got our grid coordinates here. So if we go to... tools... Text... 208, 938. Okay. Okay, let's go Alpha. Order. Move to village. And, oh.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Move to the village. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha, moving to the village, out.
Okay, so we move our Alpha Platoon logo there. So we can click, okay, so you can click the numbers in shortcuts, right, so we just do what we did before, so that's fine. Status. Okay. So, and this is like, it does have, and that's the thing, is that with warfare, like a lot of things, there's a lot of waiting around. So what we can do is we can hit fast forward button or tab, and it'll wait until we get to the next. We hear the next report.
Papa Bear, this is
Yeah.
Alpha. We're in the village, sir. Talking to the locals, giving them leaflets. There are a few Arvin soldiers here. They look awfully bored over.
Alright, okay, good to know.
Wouldn't you be bored, Kovacs? Their mission is to defend the village and befriend the locals, but nights are too dangerous to stay outside the wire.
So, every single evening they are hiding in their base.
And the fact that just looking at this as well, folks, is like, you see the fact that the time actually went past. Like, it actually, it took 30 minutes for the troops to actually get there. Alright.
That's right. And Victor Charlie are coming out of the forest to have a quick chat with the elders about the revolution. When our Arvin boys are back in a few days, the whole village is anti-government again. It's been like this for 10 years now. Talk to those elders, Lieutenant. Out. Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Do you copy? Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Waiting for orders. Copy right. Out.
Alright, so we'll go, we'll get a report on their position.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. What's your position? Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Reporting position 2. 1, 3, 5, 9er, 3, 9er, out.
There we go, so we can actually get an accurate put on there. Right, okay, there we go. So now that we've got our troops there, we might look at some of this interface. So I did sort of do a little bit of things, so you do have sort of things where we can do sort of put some extra things in here. We can do extra sort of counters. We can also put in sort of distances as well, so we can sort of... So we could, for example, we could have gone here and actually figured out how far it was going to be. Though, interestingly enough, there's probably one thing that does break a little with immersion here, is that that's in meters, when everything should be imperial metrics, because it should all be in miles and obviously degrees Fahrenheit. So that's a little bit of a... I get why it is, because it's the developer's in a metric using country, but it's sort of at the same time it kind of needs to be, that needs to be changed. So yeah, small thing, still okay. All right, so let's do a bit more. Actually, you know what? We're gonna have a look. We can't sort of. Shame we can't sort of like wander around outside. That's kind of cool. But I like the fact that we saw the Hueys sort of going past before. We've got some troops out here doing their thing. Whoa! Bang? Okay. Alpha return report status.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. What's your status? Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. We are awaiting orders, reporting no KIA. 0 wounded. Our morale is excellent. We're fresh. Ammo full. Out.
Okay, so the explosion didn't come from them. Okay, cool story. Never mind, okay. Nope. Okay, so that's a little... Okay, so I'm not sure how to... Nope. Okay, apparently escape brings up that, so let's go... That's not what we need. Okay, yeah, we're good there. Okay.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Do you copy?
That's a bit
Over.
frustrating that you can't sort of cancel once you've actually started that. I can't
Papa
sort of
Bear,
cancel that.
this is Alpha. Waiting for orders. Copy right. Out.
Right, so now we have to wait until we get our message from them that they finished talking to the villagers. So we'll hit our fast
Papa
forward.
Bear, this is
Okay.
Alpha. We have something. One of the Papa Sands claims there's Viet Cong camp nearby. Over.
Okay.
I hear you, Alpha.
Roger. Out.
So, where is... okay, so... That's a bit frustrating that they didn't relay the orders, but that's alright. Okay, so let's go with... Let's go... Okay, 2... Move... There... Normal... Okay, so let's do that.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Move to 259 by 918. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Moving to 259 by 918. Out.
Okay, so 259918. Controls. Okay, here we go. So we've got to bring him to here. Alright. Okay. So that's kind of cool with the tools. I do like this, is that you do have some tools. So
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Lieutenant Coleman speaking. Should Bravo step in and support Alpha?
let's cancel draw tool. Yes. Let's find out.
Alpha Platoon, this is Papa Bear. How's the situation down there? Do you need support? Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Looks like we will be okay by ourselves. I expect little resistance, if at all, but it's always nice to have a backup. Your call, sir. Over.
You know what? We are going to bring them in. Okay, so let's go with 2.
Bravo Platoon, this is Papa Bear. You are going in. Alpha, secure the LZ for Green 1. Over.
Yes, sir. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to fight, sir. Some of my boys are really excited. Out.
That's interesting. Alright, okay, so let's go with Alpha order, move to LZ on the double.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Move to the LZ. ASAP. Over.
Okay, so we're going to raise that one.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Moving to the LZ. On the double. Out.
Alright, so we're going to move you to here. So now it's a case of we'll tab until we get some more calls coming in.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. We're getting tired. Out.
Right. Alpha 10. Okay. Order. Move. LZ. Slow.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Move to the LZ. Proceed with caution. Over.
Should let them recover some.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Moving to the LZ. Moving slow and cautious. Out.
Right. That's interesting that it does, you know, using the double time actually does produce a sort of does drain the energy of your troops. That's a really cool, nice little modeling. So I'm liking that. I'm liking that.
Papa Bear, this is Lieutenant Kovacs from Alpha Platoon. Me and the boys are talking about this whole hearts and minds situation. Giving leaflets to the Vietnamese, talking to the locals. Instead of, you know, sir, shooting the Charlie. Private Donaldson here thinks we're wasting our time.
You never. Okay, so we've got a couple of, like, there's a bit of decision choices here. We better send us in the comment already. We can't win it for Avian and the locals. You know what, I'm going to go with that one.
Uncle Sam has been trying to win this war for almost a decade now, with more and more grunts, money, and firepower. Jack Kennedy, may he rest in peace, was right. We can't win it for Arvin and the locals. It's their country and their business. All we can do here is help.
I hear you, sir. Wise words, if I may say. But Private Donaldson here says we should be shooting at something right now. And end this war as fast as possible. You should be easy for him, sir. He's from Mississippi. Probably missing that sweet little sister of his.
Oh.
Sir, you know how close them southern families get.
Oh.
Ain't you from Texas, Kovacs?
That's correct, sir. But Texas is on the better side of South.
Oh.
We're a whole nother thing there, sir. While Mississippi was still riding on alligators, we were defending the Alamo.
Oh dear. Alright, let's go with do we tell him not to be an asshole, or do we go just into the Alright. You know what? Let them have their banter. But also, don't be an asshole.
Lieutenant Kovacs, don't be an asshole. And tell Donaldson there's plenty of shooting coming.
I feel like I made the wrong call there. Right.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. We've reached the target. The LZ's secured. Over.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your captain speaking. We are currently at the altitude of 10 feet over the treetops, moving with the speed of 80 miles per hour. On your left, right, and in front, you can admire beautiful views of Vietnamese rice fields. Please don't look back, because that safe, warm place you've left is not an option anymore. So fuck your life and have a nice day.
I'm really enjoying like how they've got all this stuff ready. Like they're really capturing. So if anyone hasn't seen Apocalypse Now, I highly recommend it.
This is Bravo. We're on the ground.
Okay, all right. So let's we got Alpha and Bravo.
Pretty white boys. Over.
Okay, friendly infantry. Bravo squad, so just right clicking on that, it will allow you to actually sort of type on it. Okay, cool, so we've got Alpha, Bravo, okay. So, let's go with what we got. Alright, Alpha platoon, order, move, slow to, we want to get you guys on the ridge over there. So let's have you guys there.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Move to 276 by 914. Proceed with caution. Over.
Cool.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Moving to 276 by 914.
Right.
Moving slow and cautious. Out.
Now let's move Bravo squad up here. Okay, so alright. Go to Bravo platoon, order, move, slow to...
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. Move to 279 by 914. Proceed with caution. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Moving to 279 by 914. Moving slow and cautious. Out.
Alright.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Position reach. We're at 279 by 914. Out.
Alright, we'll wait till Alpha Platoon get to this assigned location.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Destination reached. We're at 2, 7, 6, 5, 9, 1, 4, out.
Okay. So let's start with have you move down to here, or have you move down to here, I think. Okay. Let's go with Bravo Platoon. Orders move. Slow. To there.
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. Move to 281 by 911. Proceed with caution. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Moving to 281 by 911. Moving slow and cautious. Out.
Alright, now let's have Alpha move in as well. Slow, and we'll have you move there.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Move to 278 by 910. Proceed with caution. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Moving to 278 by 910. Moving slow and cautious. Out.
Alright, okay.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. We are at the waypoint. Nobody's here now, but definitely someone was here recently. There are signs of camping and some papers. I think it's a poem. Kendrick says it's something like, turn your grief into anger.
Viet Cong propaganda. Charlie was here, for sure.
Alright, so let's have a look. Alright.
Probably Charlie left the place before we even talked to the villagers. Burn the place to the ground and head for the LZ. There's no point in combing the forest now. Out.
So it's interesting that it almost has the, not only does it have a simulation element, it has almost like a role-playing, an RPG sort of element, with the fact that you're sort of building these relationships with the squads and the platoons under your command. So kind of interesting. Alright, I think we can put our... here we go.
Bear, this is Alpha. We've destroyed everything. Moving to the LZ. Over.
Move to LZ.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Move to the LZ. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Moving to the LZ. Out.
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. Move to the LZ. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Moving to the LZ. Out.
Alright, okay. So I feel in some ways it's a bit like a choose your own adventure kind of thing as well, like, you know.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. We are under attack from 280 by 915. Over. Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Shooting at enemy at 280 by 915. Out.
Okay, Bravo platoon, order 1 to 280915 at the double.
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. Move to 280 by 915 ASAP. Over.
Okay,
Papa
so
Bear,
enemy
this
infantry
is
there.
Bravo. Moving to 280 by 915 on the double. Out.
Okay, Alpha platoon, order, engage.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Engage. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Moving into position to engage the enemy at 279er by 918. Out.
So you're
Papa
moving there.
Bear, this is Alpha. We have wounded. Over.
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. Engage. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. There's nothing to shoot at. Out.
Okay, so Alpha platoon. Oh, sorry, no, let's go with Bravo platoon, order, move. 30 men at 28915.
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. Move to 280 by 915. Over.
Northwest.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Moving to 280 by 915. Out.
Okay. Bravo platoon, order, engage.
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. Engage. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. We're ready to engage enemy. Moving into his position at 280 by 922. Out.
Okay, so you're moving there. Okay. Alpha platoon, order, retreat.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Retreat. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Understood. Retreating to 279er by 918. Out.
Okay, so you're heading northwest, you're heading that way. And this is what comes into it, because it's sort of like you're looking at it and sort of like, yep, okay. This is not reading the tooltips here, but that's the other thing is that, you know, you're not in control. Like, you have to rely on these radio reports.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. No longer under fire. Out.
Okay, good. Okay, so Alpha's no longer under fire. Okay, good to hear. Report status.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. What's your status? Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. We are shooting. Reporting no KIA. 7 wounded. Our morale is excellent. We're fresh. Ammo full. Out.
Okay. Question is, do I get them to re-engage? Bravo, let's go your status. 4.
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. What's the encounter status? Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. We are currently not in a fight. Out.
Yeah, I thought you were moving to that. Okay.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Sir, those Victor Charlie fighters are very determined. We are wasting them in tones, but that's not stopping them. They are hopping over their comrades' bodies.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Position reached. We're at 280 by 922. Out.
Okay, Bravo, order, engage.
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. Engage. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. We're ready to engage enemy. Moving into his position at 280 by 919. by 916 as Charlie. Out. Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Opening fire Charlie position at 280 by 916 out.
Okay.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. What's the encounter status? Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. We are under fire from 280 by 916. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. We are not in a fight right now. Out.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Engage. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Moving into position to engage the enemy at 279er by 921. Out.
Oh, okay.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. We have wounded soldiers here. Over.
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. What's the encounter status? Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. We are in a fire exchange with Charlie. Grunts at 280 by 916. We outnumber the enemy. We are kicking their asses. Out.
Alright, so we're kicking ass and hopefully they're no KIA. So, because our mission from HQ is to do this with hopefully no losses. Alright.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. VC are panicking. Out.
Okay, good.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Enemy unit wasted. Out.
Papa Bear, this
All right.
is Alpha. Destination reached. We're at 279er by 921. Out.
Alright, something, victory for the Americans. Alright, okay. So we can remove that marker and we can order our units back to the LZ. Move LZ. Normal.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Move to the LZ. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Moving to the LZ. Out.
Okay, and then we've got Bravo. Move to LZ.
Bravo, this is Papa Bear. Move to the LZ. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Moving to the LZ. Out.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, so probably one thing I would have to say is learn the shortcuts of these ones, which are probably going to be very useful for you. Definitely did help me just then, so we can add some icons and stuff like that in, which is kind of cool. So it shows you some of the units that you'll be able to engage in at some point in the future, which is always kind of good. Cool. So, and let's have a look at this. So we've got mission details. Cool. Mission, and it gives you sort of like a current set of mission objectives. It doesn't show you the previous ones that you've achieved or completed though. And that's obviously the menu there. Right. Okay. Cool. All right. So I guess we'll fast forward some time here.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. I have to tell you, Captain, if all Charlie are so determined, we have a problem. It looked like they wanted to win a lot more than we did. They were ignoring KIA on their side, only interested in tearing us to pieces. And hatred, damn. They sure hate us, sir.
And that, folks, is an observation that... Oh.
If I were Vietnamese and some assholes from across the seas would invade my country just to sell me some stupid ass democracy, I would join Viet Cong, that's for sure.
And that was a common thought in that. Okay.
Cut the crap, Coleman. Alpha and Bravo, move out to the LZ. Out.
But you know, actually, you know, and this is very interesting. Makes a very interesting geopolitical statement, both about the conflict itself in Vietnam, but also to a degree where we find ourselves as a globe and as various countries and whatever at the moment. So, interesting food for thought. So I think as a single player, the story will be very interesting for this one. All right, let's skip a bit more time. And I really love this fact that stuff takes time.
We're closing in on the LZ. No enemy in sight. Over.
Okay. Let's go. Make sure we send to move to LZ.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. Move to the LZ. Over. Bravo, this is Papa Bear. Move to the LZ. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Moving to the LZ. Out.
Sir, if I may, the fight today, it was intense. I've never experienced something like that.
I hear you, Kovacs. You boys have done well.
Looks like somebody had his cherry pop today. Congratulations, my boy. From now on, you're a true American-born killer.
Oh, shut up, preacher. Be serious. I don't think I should be writing about this in a letter to Luann.
And that's a...
Who?
Luann. That's...
Our little bull's white princess. Good advice from old comrade. Let today be our little secret.
Alright, okay. So this is interesting. So oh, we've got a watch replay that could be interesting. You decided to bring in Bravo platoon. Alpha and Bravo learned how to coordinate their maneuvers and gain some trust with each other. Again, this is playing into the RPG sort of elements of this game, I think. You didn't report about your suspicions toward the villagers, and the 173rd left them alone. In the coming weeks, the village was visited by Viet Cong. Some elders were executed for collaborating with the enemy. That's interesting. So it means that perhaps we were in the right. There you go. Okay. All right. I'm curious. I'm curious about the watch replay. So it actually sort of shows what actually happens and stuff. That's kind of cool. Because of course, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Following along the roads. So we knew there was one. So okay, yep, okay. Helicopter came in. Our two squads together. So they fled, but then came back to engage. Oh, right, okay. There you go. That's kind of cool. I actually really like that replay feature. That's awesome. Alright. Now, next question is, how do we... There we go. Okay. Alright, okay. So, I feel like this... So yeah, look, I'm going to say I'm really impressed by this. I really am. What I'm going to do... though, is I did say I'd do another, like a sort of like a quick battle mission, but I think what I might do is I will just quickly, but I want to show off a couple of other things. So there's a custom mission, there's a mission editor included with this one as well. So, but we won't go into this one. But essentially, this is a hold the hill for as long as you. It literally says hold the hill for as long as you can in 1967 Donghae province. But this one, I just want to quickly show this one off because it shows some of the other stuff that's available here as well, that's available in this sim. So as we sort of saw in the maps there, we saw there are extra units you can call in. One of the things that you can also call in is you can also call in airstrikes. So what we'll do here is we'll go into our... Alright, close that one. Alright. So we've got helicopters here, but what we also have available is we also have... So we go, units report.
This is Papa Bear. Units report. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. We are under attack from 149er 5374. Over.
Oh, right. Whoop.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Movement in sight. Probably grunts. 30 or so man at 1525373. Moving north out. Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Movement in sight. Probably grunts. 30 or so man at 1475371. Moving north out.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. We are under fire from 1395360. Over. Papa Bear, this is Bravo. Something's moving probably. Grunts. 30 or so man at 1425364. Moving north out.
Right, so these guys are under attack right now, but what we could also do is we can call in we can call in airstrikes as well, so Comrade 1. So we're going to call in an airstrike here, and we're going to call in at 149374.
Cormorant 1. This is Papa Bear. Give 'em hell at 149/374. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Corporate 1. Roger, get ready for fireworks. ETA, 6 minutes. Out.
Alright, so you got 6 minutes before your actual, your napalm gets on target. And then we also have a artillery battery here as well. So we're going to use that one to call in, barrage, and we're going to barrage down on there.
Foxtrot. This is Papa Bear. Bring smoke at 139 by.
See, I think the bring smoke is the
6,
wrong thing.
0.
I think bring the rain
Over.
probably would have been better.
Papa Bear, this is Foxtrot. Understood. Beginning shelling at 139er by 360. Out.
Papa Bear, this is Bravo. We're safe. No longer under fire. Out.
Okay, so we've got our artillery units. So Foxtrot battery is down there. Alright, good. So a couple of things on this one is that you do have, so the shelling starts and then it takes a while for it to go through, and same with the airstrikes. So all this stuff takes time.
Papa Bear,
Here we go.
this is Foxtrot. 5 rounds out. We're at the end of barrage. Out.
Now,
Holy shit, Foxtrot. Beautiful fireworks. We love your subtle style. The whole hill is shaking.
so we got that, but now they are now on a cooldown. So you now have to wait. So if we go report status.
Foxtrot. This is Papa Bear. What's your status? Over.
Papa Bear, this is Foxtrot. We are free of orders. Reporting no losses. No damages. We're feeling good. Morale high. Ammo full. We have to cool down. Out.
Right.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. We are under attack from 1525372. Over. Papa Bear, this is Alpha. Requesting evac. I say again, send dust off. Over.
Oh, jeez. Okay, they're one out. Alright, okay. So we go green 1. We go to order Medivac to there.
At 1, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 7. Moving. Southeast. Out.
Green 1, this is Papa Bear. Collect the wounded and deliver the goods. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Green 1.
Alright, so we're
Negative.
gonna move that
No
first.
wounded in friendly unit.
So we got Green 1 is order move to there.
4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 2. Over.
Green 1, this is Papa Bear. Move to 1, 5, 5, by 3, 6, 6. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Green 1. Moving to 1, 5, 5, by 3, 6, 6. Out.
Okay, we're gonna go Alpha Platoon report status.
Alpha, this is Papa Bear. What's your status? Over.
Papa Bear, this is Green 1. Movement spotted. Probably grunts. 30 or so. At 1, 5, 3, by 3, 7, 1. Moving. Southeast. Out.
Okay, so
Papa Bear, this is Green 1. Movement spotted. Probably grunts. 30 or so. At 1, 5, 0, by 3, 6, Niner. Moving. Southeast. Out.
Papa Bear, this is Alpha. We are exchanging fire. Reporting no KIA. 3 wounded. Our morale is excellent. We're fresh. Ammo full. Out.
Papa Bear, this is Green 1. Destination reached. We're at 1, 5, 5, by 3, 6, 6. Out.
okay, Green 1. Order Medivac.
Green 1, this is Papa Bear. Collect the wounded and deliver the goods. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Green 1. We're taking wounded soldiers and leaving supplies.
Couple of spelling errors here
Out.
and there. But yeah, so this is, I want to show off some of the interaction of like the air mobile stuff and the fact that you've got to have cooldowns, you've got to like order the movement done before you can actually order stuff like that. Right, so we're still waiting on Napalm to come through, which is now probably going to be off target. And we're going to wait for some shelling to come through. So in the meantime, I'm going to, oh, nope, there we go.
Showdown completed. We're ready.
Okay, so let's go with Foxtrot battery. Let's go order. We're gonna barrage, and we're gonna barrage you there. Okay, danger close.
Foxtrot, this is Papa Bear. Bring smoke at 1, 5, 2, by 3, 6, 8. Over.
Papa Bear, this is Foxtrot. Understood. Beginning shelling at 1, 5, 2, by 3, 6, 8. Out. Papa Bear, this is Cormorant 1. Dropping name. Out. 3. Out.
Right, so I think we get the point of that. So I'm gonna end this one here.
Out.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. So let's we're gonna quit that one. All right. So right. Okay. Because I'm just getting too wrapped up in that. All right. So end my review. All right. So what are my bugs with it? My bugs with it are some of the spelling isn't correct. Some of the words, as you can probably hear, it's there's various sound bites and they're being strung together by the computer as it sort of puts everything together. But overall, this is awesome. Like, the tension of not actually being able to see what your troops are doing and see and know what's actually happening. That's awesome. Like, that is so cool. It's such a different take on the genre of RTS and actually merge, as I said, blurring that line of RTS and simulation, and it's just looking really amazing. So I really got to say props, hats off to the developers for this. This is awesome. So yeah, amazing. Highly recommend it, guys. Go get it. This is cool. I think it's awesome. Anyway, alright folks, well, with that resounding review, thank you very much for joining me in my little review of Radio Commander. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.